Welcome back once again, everybody. I'm Dean from iProgress, and today we're going to be talking about how you choose a PhD topic. Before we jump into that content, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comment section below how you decided upon your PhD topic. Was it an easy option, or did you find yourself swapping and changing between multiple potential topics? Now, hopefully you're going to find this video really important, because identifying your PhD topic is one of the most pivotal moments of your academic career. Now, I've spoken in previous videos, so go and check those out, about sometimes funded PhD opportunities mandate the topic area that they ask you to generate an application for. Now, with those mandated topic areas, you don't really have too much sway or leeway as to the nuances that you're going to be making within that subject area. But especially in the UK, but also further afield, there's a growing number of self-funded PhD places or open PhD funded places that ask you to submit an application that designates some sort of idea in associated research studies within a particular area of your choice. So the focus of this video is, how do you narrow down all of these vast potential ideas that you might find yourself having? Now, from the outset, what I would say is that if you are dedicating 4 years of your life to undertaking a PhD program, it does need to be in a subject area that you have a particular passion for. If you don't have a passion for that subject area, then you're going to run out of steam. You're going to start not enjoying coming to university to undertake the research in that particular area. And it's really going to drive you down. You're going to have a horrible rest of your PhD program. So from the outset, that means that you need to have that passion and dedication for this subject area. Now, in regards to previous PhD students that I've either managed or that I've mentored and coached, I've been trying to have these conversations with them to elicit that passion inside of them when they've been tasked to pick and identify their potential subject area. Now, lots of students rely on what they've been interested in throughout their undergraduate and postgraduate studies. Craig and I in the past have talked about how we intentionally make our assessments so vague and open that if a student does have a passion for a particular topic area, they can answer and submit to those assignments in a way that encapsulates all of the knowledge of that particular area of focus. Now, that's what we do, and it's what we hope other academics start to do as well. And when you do that, it can start to encapsulate a student's identity as being the person who researches this, or the person that's interested in this, or the person that talks about this on social media or makes YouTube videos or TikToks on a particular subject. And now that's one way of instilling passion in a student on a particular topic. Other students might be employed in a particular area themselves. So for example, you might have students who work with individuals on a Wednesday or Thursday night who have Alzheimer's. Having that part-time job or that volunteering opportunity might start to drive some passion and inquiry as to, how can I best help and serve these individuals? What do these individuals need that currently isn't there on the market? How can I drive knowledge to help individuals within this demographic to have a better quality of life, to develop treatment plans, and to make their care more sustainable? Oftentimes it's our experiences which really do drive our passion for undertaking a PhD in a particular subject area. Your focal subject area might also be driven by an acute moment of passion about a particular subject. Maybe something's happening in the news or the media which is really capturing your interest. Maybe it's going to be a really timely development in policy where you can stand up and say, I want to know more about that. I want to know how other people think and feel about that particular policy change. This seems a very timely PhD for me to step into. Now, obviously, there's a little bit of a risk in there in that it's a very niche and nuanced area. It's something that you might not have a historical passion for. But as long as you can evidence to a reviewer and examiner that actually you do have the sustainability to undertake a PhD in this area, and that you can put enough research studies together to do a thorough job to develop that unique contribution of knowledge, then that should be a perfectly fine avenue of identifying that research area. Other students might be looking forward at academics in their institution or academics they admire from other institutions. Perhaps they've heard them on a podcast or during an interview, who work in a particular subject area that student hasn't had the pleasure of fully integrating themselves in. Perhaps it's a subject area that wasn't fully taught during their undergraduate or postgraduate program. And as such, they might be going to a particular individual for their help and advice on a subject area. In fact, one of the things that I talk to students about when I'm doing one-to-one or group coaching with them is that finding the correct mentor is half of the battle. If you can find somebody who's on your side, who understands your passion, and who can elevate you as an academic, that's going to do you a world of good during your PhD program. And the final piece of advice I'd give to somebody who is looking to narrow down and fine-tune their PhD ideas is to make sure that you're reading as widely as possible. I think sometimes, especially at postgraduate level, where we're trying to do well on our assignments and set ourselves up to the next stage of our career undertaking the PhD, is that we might be reading too narrowly. We might be trying to get all of the information possible to answer a particular essay or an assignment question. And as such, we don't take that time to read more widely around that topic area. So for example, I might be a psychology student who's interested in decision making or how our attention is directed to particular stimuli. And I might be reading around that and looking at the theoretical frameworks, and I might be answering questions based on that contemporary knowledge. But I might not be reading broad enough to understand some of the applications of that process. So for example, marketing psychology or business psychology. And so if I were to read wider in that field, look at contemporary research studies which are being published, there might be other avenues that I can take that base interest in and apply it to a much broader spectrum. This will open me up to worlds of research areas that perhaps I didn't even think about. And in doing so, that both allows me to fine-tune my research ideas and find a supervision package which can really help me and my ideas develop and grow. Ultimately, that's going to be one of the first steps to gaining success on your PhD pathway. So to summarize, there's no set answer in terms of how you identify your research topic of interest for your PhD. You need to be dedicated to it. You need to read widely. You need to have a passion for that particular project. It might be that the first ideas you put together are too broad or they're too vague. Make sure to supplement that with wider reading. Make sure to also look at the nuances and the nicheness of that particular idea, and also look further afield to see whether or not that idea can bring application and impact to the life of others. Is there something in your life that you want to develop a better understanding of? Is there something in your part-time job or your volunteering history that you want to take forward? Remember that you can do a PhD in virtually anything. You just need to have the passion, drive, and the impact to develop that unique contribution of knowledge, which is ultimately one of the key markers to awarding you a PhD. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments down below how you identified your topic of interest for your PhD. If you think this will be useful for other people, make sure to share it as well. So I've been Dean for my progress, and until the next time, I will catch you in the next video.